told you English was easy until you tried to say three. And suddenly, it sounded like tree. You try again, slower this time, but your tongue feels lost. Why does English pronunciation feel like an impossible puzzle? Let's talk about that. This is the listening room, where we slow down, listen deeply, talk about the real struggles English learners face and how to overcome them. Today, we're diving into one of the hardest parts of learning English: pronunciation. The sounds, the stress, the rhythm, the music of English, and why it sometimes feels like you're playing the wrong instrument. If you've ever tried to speak English clearly, you've probably felt this. You know the words, you know the grammar, you can write. But when you speak, people say, "Sorry, what?" You repeat it, they still don't understand. And that feeling hits you, that mix of shame, frustration, and confusion. You start thinking, maybe my mouth just isn't made for English. But here's the truth. It's not your mouth. It's your muscle memory. Every sound you've ever said in your first language has trained your tongue, your jaw, your throat to move in a certain way. So when you speak English, your body tries to use the same patterns. That's why your English sounds different. But the good news is, muscles can change, and so can pronunciation. Let's start with the sound that scares almost everyone, the th sound. Try saying think, or thank, or through. Notice how your tongue touches your teeth. Not behind them, not above them, but between. That's what makes think different from sink. Most learners avoid this sound because it feels awkward. But here's a trick. Place your tongue between your teeth. Blow air softly and smile a little. Think. It's not about force. It's about control. Practice it slowly, because when you control it, clarity follows. Next, the American R. If your language rolls the R, you're used to a strong, vibrating sound. But in American English, the R is lazy. Your tongue doesn't roll. It pulls back, almost like you're curling it toward your throat. Try saying red, rain, car, bird. Notice how your tongue never touches the top of your mouth. That's the secret. To find the right position, say, then move your tongue back slightly and add R. That's the American R. It's soft, but strong. Now, let's talk about vowels, the heart of English pronunciation. These are the sounds that make you say sheet when you meant to say sit. In English, a small change in vowel length can change the meaning completely. Ship, sheep. Bit, beat. Full, fool. In many languages, vowels don't move much. But in English, they dance. Your mouth opens, closes, stretches. Your lips shift. Your jaw moves. To master them, you need to exaggerate at first. Say beat, big smile, wide mouth. Then say bit, smaller smile, shorter sound. Listen to the difference. Repeat it slowly, because your ears train your mouth, and your mouth trains your brain. Now the most common sound in English, the schwa. It's that lazy you hear everywhere. About, taken, supply, family. It's soft, quick, almost invisible. Native speakers use it naturally, but learners often pronounce every vowel clearly, and that makes their English sound tense and robotic. The schwa is what makes English flow. Say banana. First syllable, b. Middle, na. End, na. Only the middle one is strong. The others are relaxed. That's English rhythm. Strong, weak, weak. Speaking of rhythm, that's our next key. English isn't flat. It's musical. Every sentence has beats, like a song. Listen. I want to go to the store. The strong words, want, go, store, carry the meaning. Everything else connects softly. If you stress every word, you sound tense. But if you find the rhythm, you sound smooth. A simple exercise. Clap your hands with every strong word. I want to go to the store. That's the beat. That's how English breathes. Now let's talk about intonation, the melody of emotion. Say this flatly. You're coming. Now say it like a question. You're coming? Same words, different meaning. English intonation rises for questions, falls for statements, and moves up and down to show emotion. If your tone stays flat, your English can sound cold, even if your grammar is perfect. So don't just learn the words, learn the feeling behind them. Let me tell you a story. Aya was from Japan. When she came to the U.S., she barely spoke. She said she could understand people, but when she tried to speak, no one understood her. She avoided conversations, even when she knew the answer. Her biggest fear? The R sound. Every night, she practiced alone, whispering red, road, car, over and over. But nothing changed. Then one day, her teacher gave her a mirror. He said, "Watch your mouth." She did, and for the first time, she noticed her lips were too tight. She relaxed, moved her tongue back, and suddenly, she said, "red." It wasn't perfect, but it was understood. And that moment changed everything. That's the power of awareness. When you see how your mouth moves, you can change it. Here's the truth. Pronunciation isn't about sounding American. It's not about sounding perfect. It's about being understood. It's about expressing yourself with clarity and confidence. You don't need to erase your accent. You just need to make your voice clear, comfortable, and real. Every sound you master is a small victory. Every time someone understands you, that's progress. And every mistake, that's just your mouth learning a new way to move. So next time you practice English, don't just repeat words. Listen. Feel the air, the movement, the rhythm. Watch your tongue, your lips, your jaw. Your pronunciation isn't fixed. It's alive. It grows with every sound you dare to make. You don't need to rush. You just need to be patient and present. Because the moment you stop fearing how you sound, you finally start speaking. Thank you so much for listening today. Watch the next episode and keep listening deeply. And don't forget to subscribe to the American English Podcast.